Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is now 4:20 on a Monday afternoon. I'm back here at Howling Moon Studios, and this is episode 3 of what I've been calling Jason Crosby and Friends. And I have two dear friends, my brother Chris Crosby and my good friend Dave Diamond, that are going to be joining me after I play a few songs. And we've got 3 pre-recorded a cappella videos, all which have been done since Shelter in Place started, that we're excited to play for you and have a little chat about that. But I hope everybody out there is continuing to be safe and sound, and I will just start this off with the first song I ever learned on guitar. I taught myself, and it's called Is Anybody Out There? He came into this world helpless and unformed. I held him in my arms as he lay newly born. I said I would protect him, soothe him with my voice. America, here's my boy. I taught him to say words and stand up on his feet. I held his tiny hand as we crossed the street. I told him that his days should be sown with joy. America, here's my boy. We watched them play with soldiers out on the schoolyard, pretending that the enemy is nothing like we are, with glory for the hero whose weapon's just a toy. America, here's my boy. They said that there were sacrifices greater than the need, the strength beyond blood that no mortal hand could bleed. The letter I received, I held it in my hand, and though the words were clear, I could not understand how the memory lives beyond what can destroy. America, where's my boy? America, where's my boy? That was Pink Floyd. Is anybody out there? And America, here's my boy. goes out to my mom. We were talking about that song yesterday. There was a song from 1917 called America, Here's My Boy. Kind of an opposite message than this one. So I think when Beck wrote this next one, wrote America, Here's My Boy, he was thinking on the opposite side, not pro-war like the original. All right, I'm going to do one more and then going to get my homies on here. This is a Mahavishnu Orchestra song that I have done before, but I have been practicing, and I think this might be pretty good. I've got some techniques here that I've figured out. So this is called Leela's Dance. Turn my ringer off on my phone. All right, that was Leela's Dance. And I'm going to turn it over here. Yo, what's up, fellas?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey. Oh, wait, let me turn the volume on. All right.
Ooh.
I can hear you now.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's up?
Nice shirt, Dave.
Thank you. Supporting. May the 4th. Your little short to be a stormtrooper.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Chris. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Doing well. Just hanging.
So you two guys, I mean, obviously, Chris, you're my brother, so we've been playing our whole life, but Dave, like we've been playing for forever, man. Like this entire century so far.
Yes, exactly.
I think the first time I heard you play was at the very first gathering of the Vibes. It was called
Deadhead Heaven.
Deadhead Heaven. Yes, 1996 at SUNY Purchase.
Yes.
We were drumming in Tricksters up on a hill somewhere.
SUNY Purchase.
And who knew Strange Folk playing around the on the other side, right?
Was Strange Folk there too?
Yeah, they were playing on the there was 2 stages and they were on the other side. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's awesome. And then I think the first time, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the first time that we played together at that After Fish party with Rainbow Trout.
When Jordan in front of people. Yeah. I think we jammed at the house. That's when Chris came over. Chris was like,
that was the first time.
16? Yeah, that striped hat on, like.
Oh yeah, that used to be my hat.
There you go.
Oh, the brown and black, the striped hat.
Yeah. I remember it vividly, man.
Wow. Yeah, that hat made it around.
Chris, I was trying to think of some of the earliest memories of playing music with you. I know, like the first time we did it, like in front of audience, was probably one of those Solar Circus shows. But I was thinking about, like, in your old room at Mom and Dad's when you lived, downstairs in the downstairs room.
Yeah.
We used to sit in there with 2 guitars and just kind of like look at each other and like, I would like play like, and then you go, just like the very earliest form of our jamming and our musical.
That's how we still jam.
That's how we still jam. That's true.
That's deep. It's deep rooted.
We've gotten quite advanced with our musical comedy.
Yeah, now we have like all kinds of inside jokes and words and themes that we can apply to these motifs.
Forward.
Back paddle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys have your own language, man. Just like what?
So I think out of all of the acapellas I've done, and I think that Dave, with you especially, like we've collaborated the most since quarantine. I think of all these acapellas, and Chris, you're on them as well. Why don't we roll the first one? This is I think the first thing we're going to roll is Imagine. Dave, do you want to talk about how that all came about? Because I was late to the party on that. That was my first one, actually.
Our good friend Georgie Wood was doing something online. He was putting a show together. He's been doing his like own talk show, and he said, do you want to be my first guest? And you want to do a version of Imagine? And we'll get Chris, and then we'll get Jason, and then acapella has been a lot of fun and able to let us connect. And I cut a couple of things, and then you guys came aboard.
Yeah. Chris and I have already done a comedy acapella, but no one will ever see it.
Yeah, it's the bedroom jam acapella.
Well, Patrick, if you're able, why don't we run Imagine? and imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no country. Isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine your possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. Brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. I don't know if that's now. Yeah, man. Imagine. So have you guys heard that Imagine mixed with Van Halen Jump?
Yes, I have.
I know you have. We tested our stream actually last night for those of you who are interested, and we were just making sure that everybody's Wi-Fi was cool and that we could do the split screen thing. And we were talking about Imagine, and there's a version of Imagine that is mashed up with Jump by Van Halen. And so I tried to share it on my screen, and after I did that, my screen went green, and then like the latency got all messed up, and then like our test session was totally, messed up. So I'm not going to share anything, but for those of you that want to Google at home, it's a worthwhile. Are you on a green screen now, Chris?
Yeah.
you got the brick wall.
Breaking down, man. I don't know what's going on.
I showed that Imagine a Jump to Bob Weir, and then he texted it to Sammy Hagar, and this was like 7 years ago, and we were going to do it. We were going to play it, and then we didn't. Because it's kind of how 2013 went, but
I think the PA would have shut off, man. Cosmos is not down with that mashup.
Oh man. So Dave, you're going to be on Channel News 12 streaming shortly.
Yes, I'm going to be playing a half hour worth of original music only.
Oh wow, cool.
Yes, they don't want to deal with licensing, so I'm like, that's fine with me, man.
Yeah, I think somebody in Europe, like, I don't know, used like 30 seconds of this Beethoven piece that I like to play, and every time I play it, Facebook mutes me because it sounds too much like a record or a commercial or something that used that melody. And it says like Warner Music Europe owns that 30 seconds. I was like, no way, Beethoven owns that, man.
Man, how many different gigs have we done? Like different scenarios, man. Like,
well, let's think about it. We had the Zen Tricksters started out, and then we did Rainbow Trout, Posse Guru, MJ12, Jason Crosby and Friends.
Blow Up Hollywood.
I was never really a part of that.
no,
Yeah.
I think we might have done a wedding gig together.
Oh, I'm sure we've done a wedding gig together. Did we play with like God Street Wine together? Maybe
We did the Low Faber band. What we did the Bevo Love Orchestra. That's I'm looking at the poster.
awesome. And we also did
Assembly of Dust, obviously.
Assembly of Dust and Reed and Folks and Reed and Friends. What was the one I was just thinking about? Damn, there was one more that it'll come to me, but it wasn't. It was around the country line. Oh, Solar Circus. You played bass at the bank in Baltimore. That's what I was thinking. I remember Halloween, like 95.
Yeah.
97, 6.
I had to figure out 2 sets on bass. Yes, I remember it well.
Yeah, you played bass with us.
Yeah.
But Chris was the OG bass sit-in back in '93. Chris, you sat in at that club. Do you remember the name of that club? Crossroads, was it?
Crossroads. Yeah. Wow, that was '93.
I think so.
In New York on the Upper East Side?
Yeah, I think it was '94. You came to the show at the Fore and Aft, I think, in White Plains was the first show you came to. So I remember we were blazing mad joints on the bus, and the bus doors opened, and it was like a Cheech and Chong moment, and the cloud poured out of the bus, and it was my mom and dad and my brother Chris, and I was like 19, but Chris was probably like 12. That's a good example for your younger brother, eh?
Yeah.
Thank God for older brothers, man.
That's right. Well, Chris and I have 2 older brothers, so
Me too.
that's right. Are you the youngest, Davey?
I'm the baby.
Oh my God, baby Davey.
Yep. So, they taught me how to roll on the double,
Nice.
Mom never suspected a thing.
Yeah. Well, I know Dave. You got to go live in 15 minutes, so we'll let you go to do your TV thing, and please give my best to everyone out there in your family and underneath.
I will do that. Thank you very much.
And we should do this again with and add Bill Titus to the mix. Maybe, who knows? Maybe El Trumpetto will join us, and we can reminisce on some early Crosby and Friends, because there's all this audio that's been coming out of 2001, and Chris, you're on there, and Dave, you're all over that stuff. Those Wetlands gigs. Maybe we can find some video or play some audio from that. Somebody
just said that they were going to post something. I don't know if it was from the record store, the tour we did with Jeff Sipe. I don't know. Scott Bernstein, I think, right? He said he was going to post something. I'm like curious.
The Virgin Megastore when we did that?
Yeah. I wonder if it's that.
Wow.
I hope so.
Kirk and Tamara were at that. I think they recorded that.
We'll have to hit up Kirk and Tamara and see if they have any footage of that.
At least photos.
Yeah, I have some photos of that. I got photos of that.
I want to see.
I'll dig them up.
So we're talking about Bill Titus, also known as Wibbis, and he was the guitar player for Rainbow Trout, and the four of us were basically, the Jason Crosby band or Jason Crosby and Friends, and we were also Dave's band. We were kind of all interchangeable guys that would front, everyone would front their own band and use the same guys as their band, and so we've got a history there. It would be great to unearth some of these tapes from 20 years ago and
Yes.
and enjoy them together online.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this next one we're gonna play before letting you go, Dave, is Midnight Moonlight, and it's got. What are you playing? You're playing Mando on there, and
Guitar and Mando. Yes, I'm singing a little bit. Yeah, we did a show of Olden in the Way. We did that record in October, so I kind of remembered some of it. I didn't sing though. I think Jeff Matson sang that one.
gotcha.
But I got my Mando chops. Whatever, my Mando chops.
Mando Calrissian.
Junior Mando.
And away they go. They're like, oh, I'm pointing at them.
Yeah, you have Crosby antennas.
The good Crosby and the bad Crosby.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're on your shoulders, Dave. Play all covers for the TV show. Start off with the latest Ariana Grande hit.
I'm gonna do the mashup, man. I'm gonna do Imagine Jump.
Your computer's gonna explode, man, if you do that.
Yeah. Tonight on News 12, live stream going so horrifically wrong.
Oh, man. Good times. Well, I love you, Dave. It's great to see you. Thank you for joining this show. It's so nice to have you guys here. Chris will stick around, and Patrick, when you're ready, go ahead and roll out Midnight Moonlight.
1, 2, 3. Ever feel lonesome down in San Antonio? There's still a bar road that goes on down. Reaching down on mission, you can't see our praise. Holy Ghost and the Virgin Mother will hear us. We kneel in the moonlight, midnight, moonlight, midnight, moonlight.
Almost live.
Hey, we're live. Almost live.
We're live. Almost live. Hey.
Hey, man.
How's it going?
Well, that was cool. That was Midnight Moonlight. Chris, you did your part this morning, right?
I did. Yes, in fact, I did.
Uh,
Learned it, and recorded it all this morning. I started recording it, was like halfway through a take, and then the gardeners came and started like using the leaf blower and all the loud machinery, and had to take a break for about 30 minutes, and then came back and did it again.
nice.
It's all good.
Let's talk about this book face situation.
Sure.
So you work at a couple of libraries.
Yeah, I work at 2 public libraries here on Long Island in Nassau County, Glen Cove Public Library and the Syosset Public Library.
Nice. And now that they are shut due to the coronavirus, you've been giving them content for their website. Is that right?
Yeah, mainly for Syosset Library because I'm involved over there in the programming department. So they've been trying to find ways, things for me to do to keep busy working from home. So, one of the things that they suggested was, use my talent as a musician to maybe come up with some content or, things that we can share, that are also library related. So, one of the things that we do a lot for fun at the library is this thing called Bookface, which is where we'll take a book that has like somebody's face on it or a portion of somebody's face, or it doesn't even have to be their face. It could be their lower body or torso or any portion, a hand or something, and we'll take that book and we'll try to match it up, with our body, or whether our face or feet or whatever, and we call it Bookface, and we do these photos and we post them on Fridays, and it's called Bookface Friday.
Nice.
So
That's something that's been going on for a while, like pre-COVID.
yeah, I would say it's been going on for a couple of years. I think maybe at least 5 years. I want to say I've been doing these with the library at Syosset, but maybe even longer than that.
Do you have a book near you that you can give us or a vinyl or something that you could give us a live book face or?
Let's see. Well, I mean, I could show you a book. Here's a book, just to give you an example. This is not a great example because it's a few different people on it, but just to kind of show you, you would take a book, and then try to match it up with like half of your face or something like that.
Yeah.
Or wait, I have a record here. So like if you were gonna do it with an album, this wouldn't be book face, but this would be, I guess, called sleep face. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of hard for me to see and line it up. But that's basically the idea of the Book Face Friday. And and then I just came up with this song. I was just sitting on the porch one day, and it was just like these lyrics came to me, and I ran inside and just wrote down like 2 verses and a chorus really quickly, and just picked out a couple chords. Actually, I was playing banjo at the time. I was just fucking around with that. And,
nice. This is a family show, Christopher.
Oh, sorry.
So
much for going on the library website.
Yeah, it's going right on the library website. That's awesome. And you made a video with that, and Georgie Wood, who was playing piano on Imagine, he helped you with the video. Is that who did that?
Yeah, so Georgie's been a big help, since this whole pandemic has been going on, and since we've been sheltered in place. Me and Georgie go way back. Like one of the first bands I was ever in was with George, called the Wookiees. Actually just came across a video from my good friend Dave Berg from 1998 where we were playing together. So I must have been 16 or 17 at that time. So it was kind of a trip to watch that. And then now we're still collaborating, and all these years have passed by. And it's just nice to know that, you have friends like that. But anyway, George has been really helpful, during this period. He got me set up with like learning how to use GarageBand and how to work an interface, and, just recording, and like any tech questions I have, he's like right there for me. And he helped me produce the track. I wrote the song, and then he helped me record it in GarageBand. And added his piano, and he helped me, send it to you and share it with Dave so you guys could add your parts, because I was still kind of in the beginning phases of learning the program. So he was a big help, with getting the song complete. And then once the song was done, he was so into it that he was like, hey, man, I'd really love to help you, make a video. And I had a couple ideas, and he had some ideas, and we collaborated on that. And he made it come to life, really, with his skill on
and that band, the Wookiees that you were talking about, if I remember correctly, like I was just looking at these Crosby and Friends set lists from 2001 from the Wetlands where you were sitting in. Were you, I think at least on one of those shows, you were playing downstairs at the Wetlands with George, like in between sets, is that right?
Yeah, I think there was at least on more than one occasion, like you would be playing upstairs and we would be playing in the basement, or, I think that was like a fairly common thing, we played down there a lot of times for like a lot of other big acts. When bands would be playing on the main stage, we would play in the basement. And,
I miss that place, man.
yeah, me too. I have a lot of great memories. And that's funny because the basement is kind of like a room that I tend to forget about. Like when I reminisce on performances, my mind tends to go to the main stage. But now that you mention it, like were so many amazing gigs where I played in that little basement, that were just as great. I think one time, actually, I think the Grey Boy All-Stars were playing the main stage, and we were in the basement, and I remember, like, Chris Stillwell, the bass player from Grey Boys, came down, and we were talking and just, like, kicking it, and, like, at the time, for me, that was, like, a really big deal, I really looked up to them and listened to them, and, like, just to be, like, kind of peers with them, but to be so young was felt really cool at that time.
Yeah, and give it up to Pete Shapiro for keeping that vibe going with, like, the Cap and Lock-In and Garcias and stuff like that, and Brooklyn Bowl. Like there's a guy that works at the Brooklyn Bowl who used to take my ID at the Wetlands in the 90s when I would go see God Street Wine. I would give him a fake ID that said Jay Morrison. I think you took that fake ID actually for a little bit.
No, I took your driver's license.
Actual driver's license, that's right.
It was like an expired one or an old one.
Yeah.
Real thing.
Hey, we got away with it. Well, cool. Now you've got all sorts of stuff for your library, Boston. Now.
Yeah, they're gonna love this.
Well, I love you, bro. It's great to see you. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
Yeah, my pleasure.
We'll do it again with Wibbis and Dave, and maybe El Trumpetto. We'll see who we can bring in. And I love Teddy Kumpel's show. I know we both have that type of musical humor in our hearts, and I feel like we could do something like that with Billy and Dave and Teddy if he wanted to join us, or we could be Teddy's guests one day or something. But,
yeah, one day. That's one of my big goals. One day, maybe the Teddy Kumpel show.
It was a proud moment, and I told him so when I got on that show. It's just like that, and I meant it. It's true. It's like there's some out there improv. Well, we're gonna play this Book Face Friday clip, and then I'm gonna just finish out the show with a couple songs on the other camera. But so we'll say goodbye to you, Chris. I love you, man. I'll talk to you, probably real soon, later tonight or tomorrow. And
cool.
We'll have a couple laughs about this.
Yeah, sounds great. All right.
Take care. This is Book Face Friday from Chris Crosby.
On a sunny Friday evening, relaxing with my book, I started getting sleepy, then I took a closer look. Right there on the cover, stare me straight in the eye. It looks like me, it just can't be. I fell asleep and realized it's Book Face Friday, my favorite day of the week. It's Book Face Friday, gotta check my Instagram feed. It's Book Face Friday, the library made my day. It's Book Face Friday, laugh out loud, get carried away. So I went and grabbed a camera and asked my friend for help. Said, will you take my picture with this book from off the shelf? Said, that sounds kinda stupid, but I did tend to agree. But we took that picture anyway, and we laughed out loud, got carried away. It's Book Face Friday, it's my favorite day of the week. It's Book Face Friday, gotta check my Instagram feed. It's Book Friday. Laugh out loud, get carried away.
All right. Well, that was so much fun. Thank you, Dave Diamond and Chris Crosby, for joining me here live. It's really, it makes these live shows very exciting for me to just, the technology side. Thank you to Patrick for helping us there. It's just, it's a nice change of pace from just having to play these solo shows by myself to bring them in and kind of like, I don't know, it's like almost like a book where the front cover, the first two songs, and then the actual meat of it is hanging out with my friends, and then and here we are at the back cover. I hope you guys enjoyed Bookface Friday and all of those videos. I got two more songs that I'm going to do. This one was a song for anyone that was watching yesterday. I was streaming from my house. I had to go up to my house, and there's not good internet there, so the video was pretty bad. But the audio worked for about 45 minutes, and then as I was playing this song, that was it. So I'm going to make. There was a couple comments that they were feeling that moment, and we're trying to get back to it. So here we are a day later, getting back to it. Your sorry eyes, they cut through bone. Makes it hard to leave you alone, leave you here, wearing your wounds, waving your guns. Somebody new, baby, you're lost, baby, you're lost. Too many people you used to know. See them coming, see them going. They know your secrets, and you know theirs. This town is crazy, nobody cares. Baby, you're lost. Baby, you're lost. Baby, you're lost, 'cause I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of fighting. Fighting for a lost cause. There's a place where you are going. You ain't never been before. No one left to have your back now. No one standing at your door. You thought what was for. Baby, you're lost. Baby, you're lost. Baby, you're lost, 'cause I'm tired of fighting. Tired was Lost Cause off of Sea Change by Beck. I said I had 2 more, but I lied. I had 3, now I got 2. At least that's what I had planned, if y'all don't mind. This one. I will loop. This is an original of mine called Toll Takes Itself. Let's see if I can do this loop. Make sure everything's erased from prior loopings. Okay, so I will build the track. And if you ask yourself if you have really grown, toll takes itself, token you've never owned. Life's not a game of jacks, everything's for the steal. Take what you give, what have you to reveal? On and on again, can't escape from who you are, who you've shown to be. Time and time again, try to close a door you never wanted opening. And if you tell yourself that you have found your home, toll takes itself, suddenly you're alone. Fall back into it as if it were never real. Wish you could change what you reveal. Toll Takes Itself, written many years ago. All right, well, that was a lot of fun, you guys. I'm going to do one more and sign off. I hope you guys dug hanging with Chris and Dave, and I hope you guys like this new format of what I'm doing on these solo shows. I'm going to keep doing it. I've got a bunch of guests already lined up for later this week, and I'm going to make an announcement tonight. I'm going to be doing a fundraiser on Wednesdays in May for Backline. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and Backline is an amazing group of people that are supporting musicians that are in need, and especially now in times of coronavirus, it's especially hard for us musicians. So I'm going to be happy to be a part of this fundraiser, and there'll be more details about it on a post later tonight when I make the announcement. But I just want to thank you guys all for all of your support, whether it be sharing these posts or commenting, or just sending me the personal messages you guys have sent. The virtual tip jar means a lot. Donating to the Saint, donating to these different charities, to my friends, checking out their merch and their sites. This is how I have my purpose these days, is to continue to bring musical communities together, even if it's virtually. And obviously I always want to thank the McNamee tribe, Roger and Ann, and Patrick, and everybody that makes these daily webcasts happen with all of the great technology that's being used. So this is my last song. Love you all, and here it goes. Tricking me again, but I've been tricked again into forgiving you. What is this? Are you some kind of hypnotist, waving your powers around? Sun eclipse behind the clouds. Recognize your face amongst the strangers, but I am a stranger now amongst the recognized. What is this? Are you some kind of hypnotist, waving your powers around? The sun eclipse behind the clouds. The sun eclipse behind. That was the Flaming Lips. Are you a hypnotist? Are you a hypnotist? Well, that was a real enjoyable hour of time. I hope it was for you. And I will be back probably tomorrow doing this. I think tomorrow might be Doobie Decibel System. I think it may. And then I'll be back here on Wednesday for the first of the Backline solo Backline benefits shows. All right, y'all. Take care, everybody. Love you.